Why do prices go up? Simple, because there are companies that sell goods and services to which prices go up and the population pays for that price increase. So, for prices to go up there must be two parties involved. One, the companies that raise prices, and the other, the people who pay that price increase. The population, in principle, can choose the goods and services it wishes to purchase and may decide not to buy a good or service that it considers to be too expensive. But the population in many cases has hardly any capacity to choose the goods and services it wishes to acquire. For example, if in my neighborhood there are several shoe stores and one of them raises its prices, I can choose to buy shoes in any of the other shoe stores that have not raised their prices. Perhaps there are people who buy in the most expensive shoe store, but that is a free choice that does not have to affect the entire population. Therefore, it would not provoke a generalized price increase and there would be no inflation. In this case, the population is quite able to choose whether or not to buy the most expensive shoes. But, for example, if there is only one shoe store in the neighborhood and instead of being a neighborhood it is a village thousands of kilometers away from other villages, people do not have a free choice to buy shoes in another shoe store, and if that one shoe store decides to raise prices, that price increase will affect the whole population. If the population is not willing to pay more because that shoe store has decided to raise prices, that shoe store will stop selling. But the population of that town does not want to go barefoot, as is logical, and when faced with the decision to pay more for shoes or go without shoes, they decide to pay more for shoes even if they do not want to at first. In this case, the population has hardly any choice between buying or not buying the more expensive shoes. One of the two parties involved in the purchase and sale of shoes has more power to set prices. In this case, the company selling shoes has more power to set prices than the buying party, which is the population, which unless it chooses to go barefoot must pay the price increase. However, a rise in the price of shoes can lead to a rise in the price of other products. The sellers of bread, fruit or meat also wear shoes, and if the price they have to spend on shoes goes up, they must raise the price of the products they sell to maintain their income. So, in addition to the increase in the price of shoes, the price of bread, fruit or meat must also increase. In turn, other sellers of other products who have to pay for shoes, bread, fruit or meat are also forced to raise their prices to maintain their income. It would therefore lead to a situation in which there is a generalized rise in prices and there would be inflation. In this example, shoes have been used, but what if in a country like Spain the price of electricity goes up? If the price of electricity goes up, can this trigger a rise in the price at which other goods and services are sold? In short, if one or more companies have the power to set the prices of products that can be considered necessary and that affect the majority of the population, they execute that power and raise prices. This would tend to provoke a generalized rise in prices, and if there would be inflation, it is for these reasons that prices rise.